Introducing how to customize and configure digital signage, Payflex POS. Here you can see my pet store is utilizing the digital signage functionality of Payflex. Each digital signage screen can contain 1, 2, or 3 columns, and each one of those columns can be customized. Additionally, if the account is set up with something called dual pricing, you can see that the cash price and card price are also displayed on the digital signage. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into digital signage and take a look at how to customize it yourself. First, we want to go into the back office portal and navigate to the App Store. Then from the App Store, we'll want to go to digital signage and hit the cog. From here, I can click on any screens that I've already created or create a new one. With digital signage, you can have many different screens if you would like for each screen that you have in store. You can also see that you can customize the name, the size, as well as the orientation. For example, I could do landscape or I could do portrait mode. Now from my screen section, you can see I've got 2 different screens. This one has 2 columns and this one has 3 columns. If I want to preview one of my screens, I can click on this eye here, or I can hit this trash can button to delete one. All right, let's click on the one that I've already created. Once again, here you can see I can name my screen whatever I would like, and then I need to pick how many columns I would like to utilize. Once I've done that, I want to set my screen background. I can either use an image that I'm going to upload, or I can use a color. Here you can see I have color selected, and I have this yellowish color. Next, I also have the ability to add an image on the top. This could be your company logo, and I could put it on the left, the right, or center. Otherwise, no image. Now, those are the beginning steps. Now we get to customize the columns. So for this picture here, I set this column as a slideshow. So I set this as slideshow, and then I uploaded this picture. Now, since it is a slideshow, if I had uploaded multiple pictures, then it would rotate through those pictures. Whether I want it to be products or specials or anything like that. Once I've customized my first column, now let's go ahead and take a look at column number 2 right here. Now for this one, you can see that I'm using my menu. So for this column, we're going to populate our products. Much like with the other options, you can see the background can be a color, an image, or no background. This will add a background to the specific box that's relevant to that menu. For example, here in cat accessories, if I picked a background, then it wouldn't be this tan yellow color. It would be whatever color I select. I can also have a feature image. So in this scenario, an image can be in the top, the middle, or the bottom. Or I can keep that turned off. Next, I want to determine my font type and size and color. So here in this example, you can see I have a black font. If I had, say, a black background, I might want to pick a white font or a lighter color font. I can also put a border around the title. You've got a few more options here. Right now I have this set to list view, but you could do a grid view instead. You can have it show just the name or the name with a description. And if you've got images with your items, you can also display those. Here you can see I'm just doing a list view with an item name and no images. Once I've selected these customizations, the last thing is to pick what part of my menu do I want to display in this column. So for example, you can see I can click this drop down and I can select any number one of the categories that's in my catalog. Here I've got cat accessories. Next, from this drop down, I'll be able to select whatever items I would like to display. Now there is a max based on some of the settings that you've created up here. For example, my list view, I can do a max of 25 items, whereas if I do a grid view, the max I can do is 15 items. And then if I wanted to add additional categories, I could do that. Click Add New Category, and then add more along the list. And then lastly, here you can see column number 3 once again as a digital menu, and I used the same customizations as the previous column, but I switched to different category. Once you're all set, you click the Save button down here on the bottom right, and as I mentioned before, click on this eyeball to take a look at your work. And that is how to customize and configure digital signage with Payflex POS. Thank you for watching today's video from Payflex POS Training Center. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, Don't forget to hit the like button below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for the latest POS and to join our growing community. Also, be sure to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon so you never miss an upload. See you next time!